Welcome back. In the previous video, I used ChatGPT to generate some thumbnails or portions of a thumbnail in some cases. So let's start with that. What I had gotten was these three files. One of them is 16 by 9, a standard thumbnail ratio. Two of them are more square, so we'll have to play around with that. Let's first work on those files that are square. So I have a standard document open here in Inkscape, but this isn't the ratio that you want to use for a thumbnail. So we'll go over here to document properties, and there's a bunch of different sizes. This one looks good, video HD. We want it to be a landscape, and we're going to be using the dark mode image that we created. So let's change the page color. Let's make it a dark bluish. Yeah. So we have the page color, we have the document size. Okay. And get the drawing on the screen. So first things first, let's import that file. And there we have it. Now to resize this, first you want to go ahead and lock the ratio. This bottom part and this top part don't really need. So if you go to extension, raster, crop. And I don't know if I'm not doing things correctly, but it doesn't zero everything out when you first use the crop command. And each time you're using crop, you do need to zero out each of these boxes. I just did that off camera. Then you'd want to go with a live preview. So you could do the math, or you could just do what I do and just guess. Okay, let's start with 10 pixels. Okay, that didn't change much. Let's try 100 pixels. That's about right. Now let's see if that's the same ratio at the top. Okay, so now we got some of that items that we didn't really need there. So we can go ahead and apply this and close. Now the next thing we want to do is resize this. So you can use the normal tools and size it by drop boxes, but I find it easy enough to resize that way. What elements do I want to add to this? The first thing I want to add is my logo, and I have my logo as an EPS, so let's import that. And we have it imported here, and it imported it with the background color already set because it is an EPS. So I will resize that to something appropriate. And now let's go ahead and import some more AI images. Okay, and we don't want this full size with these pencils, maybe in a different scenario, but I'm just going to keep the central portrait in the middle. So crop, and as you can see here, crop has the previous items, so I'm going to zero those out. Then select live preview, and from the left and right. So let's 100 again is another starting point. Okay, let's try 200. Yeah, I like that, at least for now. And we'll hit apply and we'll close that. Now from here, let's go ahead and we'll put that under the logo. And in this case, it does make everything a little off balance. There's some other things we can do. I could take the logo and I can put it in the center of the screen there. But I'm just going to leave it just like this. And then we're going to export it. And this is where things get tricky. Do I want to change the size, the DPI? First, I need to say what the file name is going to be. And we'll save it as thumb file copy 1. And now we need to see what the size is. And that size is 2.4 megs, which is 0.4 megabytes more than we can use for a thumbnail in YouTube. And so I'm just going to play around with these settings for a moment. Okay, so that's 2 megabytes there. So now the next thing would be, the proper thing would be to go ahead and save this document. So file name of Inkscape, file copy 1, so I don't get it confused when looking at the list. And there's that SVG file. And let's move on. So this one's fine. We'll go ahead and close that. So now we have this one that's already 16 by 9, or should be 16 by 9. We'll go ahead, just double and open it with Inkscape. So now we have this file here. Go ahead and center that. Here I can go with some other options. So I don't need to resize the original image. I'm fine with that. And I have my logo here. Remember to, every time you open something new, keep the proportion. And now, where can I put this? It's a nice circle right there. Let's see if that will work out. It's a little bit oblong. I could distort it, but for a thumbnail, that's good enough. And do I want to add any more images? Now let's go ahead and import one of those AI images. Should we crop this one? Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Okay, that should be good enough. Now where can we put this? Let's make it a little smaller. Let's go ahead and rotate it. And now we'll rotate it and we'll throw this on the hard drive. Good enough. Yeah, this 16.99 that is there for some reason. Let's throw something to cover that up. Okay, that seems something cute we can throw there. Resize that. And we go ahead and export. And this time it's way too big. So let's go ahead and resize it. I'm going to do 75 DPI and see what that does. 2.4 meg, still a little bit bigger. Let's try 70 DPI. And that works out 2 megabytes. We still have this last file there. I'm going to play around with that. And then in the next video, I will show you how to do the test and compare on the YouTube Studio desktop. Thank you for watching this video. You have a great day.